The story begins in the mid-1990s. The internet was still in its infancy, a wild frontier of possibility. As more and more people ventured online, they needed a way to navigate this new digital realm. Now enters the web browser. In 1995, a small company called Netscape released Navigator, the first commercially successful web browser. It quickly gained popularity, capturing over 90% of the market. But lurking in the shadows was a tech giant that had yet to realize the internet's true potential: Microsoft. Bill Gates, Microsoft's co-founder, initially dismissed the internet as a passing fad. But as Netscape's success grew, Gates had an epiphany. In a memo to his staff, he declared the internet a tidal wave that would change everything. Microsoft had to act, and act fast. The first browser war. Microsoft's response was swift and aggressive. They created Internet Explorer and began bundling it with every copy of Windows. Suddenly, millions of computer users had a browser pre-installed on their machines. No need to download Netscape. Internet Explorer was right there, ready to use. But Microsoft didn't stop there. They used their dominant position in the operating system market to strong-arm computer manufacturers. If these companies wanted to sell PCs with Windows, they had to make Internet Explorer the default browser. Netscape was pushed aside, its market share plummeting. By 1998, Internet Explorer had overtaken Netscape. The first browser war was over, and Microsoft had won. But their victory came at a price. The antitrust case. The U.S. Department of Justice took notice of Microsoft's tactics. In 1998, they filed an antitrust lawsuit against the tech giant, accusing them of illegally monopolizing the PC operating system market.
The department alleges in its complaint that Microsoft has engaged in a series of anti-competitive practices.
The trial was a sensation. Microsoft's executives, including Bill Gates himself, were grilled on the stand. Their evasive answers and questionable tactics were laid bare for the world to see. In 2000, the verdict came down. Microsoft was found guilty of monopolistic practices. The judge ordered the company to be broken up into two separate entities. But Microsoft appealed, and in 2001, they reached a settlement. The company would remain intact, but they agreed to share their APIs with third-party companies and appoint a panel of 3 people to monitor their systems and records for 5 years. The aftermath. With the antitrust case behind them, Microsoft seemed unstoppable. Internet Explorer's market share soared to over 95%. Innovation in the browser market ground to a halt. Microsoft, content with their dominance, saw no need to improve their product. For years, web developers were forced to design sites specifically for Internet Explorer's quirks and limitations. The dream of an open, standardized web seemed further away than ever. But in the shadows, a rebellion was brewing. A small group of developers, disillusioned with the state of the web, were about to change everything. The Phoenix rises. In 1998, Netscape made an unprecedented move. Facing defeat, they released the source code of their browser to the public. This open source project was called Mozilla, and it would become the foundation of a revolution. For years, Mozilla struggled to gain traction, but in 2002, a small team within the project began work on a streamlined browser. They called it Phoenix, a fitting name for a browser rising from the ashes of Netscape. Phoenix, later renamed Firefox to avoid trademark issues, was different. It was fast, secure, and adhered to web standards. Most importantly, it introduced a feature that would change everything: tabbed browsing. The second browser war begins. In 2004, Firefox 1.0 was released to the public. The response was overwhelming. Within a year, it had been downloaded over 100 million times. Microsoft, caught off guard by Firefox's sudden popularity, was forced to respond. They hastily released Internet Explorer 7, their first major update in 5 years, but it was too little, too late. Firefox continued to innovate. They introduced a robust extension system, allowing users to customize their browsing experience. They improved security, blocking pop-ups and phishing attempts. And they remained committed to open web standards, making life easier for developers. As Firefox's market share grew, so did the diversity of the web. Developers were no longer shackled to Internet Explorer's limitations. They could experiment with new technologies, pushing the boundaries of what was possible online. The ripple effect. Firefox's success didn't just challenge Microsoft, it changed the entire tech industry. Google, seeing the potential of an open-source browser, launched Chrome in 2008. Apple's Safari and Opera also gained new users, further eroding Internet Explorer's dominance. Microsoft, once seemingly invincible, was now playing catch-up. They were forced to improve Internet Explorer and later to create an entirely new browser, Edge, to stay competitive. But the impact of Firefox went beyond just browsers. It showed the world the power of open-source software. It proved that a community of passionate developers could take on a tech giant and win. The legacy. Today, the browser market is more diverse than ever. Chrome, Firefox, Safari, and Edge all compete for users, each pushing the others to innovate and improve. But Firefox's legacy is about more than market share. It's about the web we have today, open, standardized, and full of possibilities. It's about the power of community and the importance of competition. Firefox broke Microsoft's monopoly not just by being a better browser, but by changing the rules of the game. It showed that the internet belongs to everyone, not just to the biggest companies with the deepest pockets. The future. As we look to the future, new challenges loom. The rise of mobile devices, the increasing importance of privacy and security, and the ever-evolving nature of the web itself all present new battlegrounds. But thanks to Firefox, we face these challenges in a world where no single company controls our access to the internet. A world where innovation and competition continue to push technology forward. The story of Firefox is more than just a tale of browser wars. It's a reminder that with passion, dedication, and a commitment to openness, even the smallest group can change the world. It's a testament to the power of the open web and the importance of fighting for what we believe in. As we navigate the digital future, let's remember the lessons of Firefox. Let's stay vigilant against monopolies, champion open standards, and never stop pushing for a better, more open internet for all. In the end, Firefox didn't just break Microsoft's monopoly, it broke our expectations of what was possible, and in doing so, it helped shape the internet we know and love today. So the next time you open your browser, whatever it may be, take a moment to appreciate the freedom of choice you have, because that freedom was hard-won in a battle that changed the face of technology forever. This has been the story of how Firefox broke Microsoft's monopoly. But in many ways, it's also the story of us all, of our collective journey through the digital age, and our ongoing fight for an open and accessible internet. As we face the challenges of tomorrow, let's carry with us the spirit of Firefox, the belief that with determination, creativity, and collaboration, we can shape the future of technology in ways that benefit us all.